Jehovah's Witnesses are known for their commitment and their door-to-door evangelism. With over 8 million members worldwide, they study their own unique translation of the Bible and claim to represent true Christianity. Today, we'll examine what biblical scholars say about their translation. We'll compare Jehovah's Witness teachings to historic Christian doctrine, and we'll look at the historical prophecies made by the Watchtower organization. This is a scholarly investigation, not a personal attack. We respect the sincerity of every Jehovah's Witness while examining the claims of their organization. Jehovah's Witnesses use the New World Translation, which was first published in 1950. The translation committee remained anonymous initially. However, later investigation revealed that the main translator was a man named Frederick Franz. During a 1954 Scottish court case, Franz testified under oath about his qualifications. When asked if he could translate a simple verse, Genesis 2:4, from the original Hebrew, he admitted that he could not. This raised serious questions about the credentials of the translators. The New World Translation also differs from standard versions in theologically significant ways. Biblical scholars have examined these differences, and their assessments are worth considering. The first chapter of John, verse 1, provides a key example. Most Bible translations render it, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." The New World Translation changes the final phrase to, "and the Word was a God." This seemingly small change has massive theological implications. It makes Jesus a lesser, created God rather than God himself. So the question is, does the Greek text actually support this translation? The Greek reads kai theos en ho logos, literally, and God was the Word. The Greek language doesn't have an indefinite article like the English word a. The word a simply doesn't exist in the Greek text of John 1, verse 1. Multiple Greek scholars have assessed this translation. Dr. Julius Mantey, who co-authored a manual grammar of the Greek New Testament, wrote directly to the Watchtower Society. He called their rendering a shocking mistranslation and stated, "I have never read any New Testament so badly translated." Dr. Bruce Metzger of Princeton, one of the world's leading textual critics, called it a frightful mistranslation, and Dr. William Barclay, another renowned scholar, described it as a deliberate distortion of truth and intellectual dishonesty. These assessments come from recognized Greek experts, not just theological opponents. Their scholarly credentials warrant serious consideration. Jehovah's Witness teaching identifies Jesus as Michael the Archangel. They believe he is a powerful created being, but not God. However, the book of Hebrews, chapter 1, directly addresses Jesus' relationship to angels. Verses 4 through 6 state that Jesus was made so much better than the angels. For unto which of the angels said he at any time, Thou art my Son, and let all the angels of God worship him. He is better than the angels, and the angels worship him. Then, verse 8 records God the Father calling Jesus God. It says, But unto the Son he saith, Thy throne, O God, is for ever and ever. This passage directly challenges the teaching that Jesus is an angel. The Watchtower organization has also made specific prophetic predictions. For example, they predicted significant world changes would occur in 1914. When these didn't happen as predicted, the interpretation shifted. They now teach that Jesus began ruling invisibly in heaven in 1914. But since it's invisible, it's also unverifiable. Then, they predicted that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob would be resurrected in 1925. A mansion called Beth Sarim was even built in San Diego to house them. That prediction also didn't come to pass. The Bible, in Deuteronomy 18, verse 22, provides a clear test for a prophet. When a prophecy doesn't come to pass, it wasn't from God. These failed predictions raised serious questions about prophetic authority. Fast forward to the 1970s, Watchtower publications strongly suggested that 1975 would bring Armageddon. Many Jehovah's Witnesses made significant life decisions based on this expectation. Some sold their homes, others left their careers. When 1975 passed without incident, the Watchtower suggested that its members had simply misunderstood. However, the publications from that era are still available for examination, and it's clear the expectations were not solely member-generated. These patterns of specific predictions followed by reinterpretations, when unfulfilled, warrant careful consideration when evaluating the organization's claims to have special knowledge from God. Jehovah's Witness doctrine teaches that wicked people simply cease to exist after death. There's no eternal punishment, only annihilation. However, Jesus' own words describe eternal consequences. In Matthew chapter 25, verse 41, Jesus says, "Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels." Then in verse 46, "And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal." The exact same Greek word, everlasting, is used to describe both the punishment and the life. If everlasting life truly lasts forever, then this passage suggests that everlasting punishment does as well. Other passages describe a conscious punishment. Revelation 20, verse 10, describes the lake of fire, and shall be tormented day and night for ever and ever. In Luke 16, Jesus tells the account of the rich man and Lazarus. Verse 23 states the rich man, in hell he lift up his eyes, being in torments. Verse 24 records his cry, "I am tormented in this flame." These passages describe a conscious experience, not mere extinction. Christians believe Jesus' own teachings should be our guide for understanding eternal consequences. Jehovah's Witness teaching states that only 144,000 people go to heaven to rule with Christ. Everyone else who is saved will live on a paradise earth. However, the book of Revelation, chapter 7, provides very specific details about this group. Verse 4 says, 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. The text then lists 12,000 people from each of 12 specific, named tribes. They are described as Israelites, not as Jehovah's Witnesses in general. Additionally, verse 9 describes another group, a great multitude which no man could number, stood before the throne. Both of these groups appear to be in heaven, according to the text. For our Jehovah's Witness friends and anyone investigating their claims, we sincerely encourage personal Bible study. The critiques of the New World Translation from Greek scholars are well documented and publicly available. The Watchtower's history of prophecy can be researched in their own publications. The identity of Jesus and the nature of hell can be studied in multiple, reliable Bible translations. We encourage you to compare the New World Translation with other scholarly translations. Reading passages in their full context often clarifies the meaning. Truth always emerges through honest investigation. We respect the dedication of Jehovah's Witnesses while encouraging a thorough examination of the Bible for yourself. The Bible makes some powerful statements about Jesus. John chapter 5, verse 23, records Jesus' words, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. The same honor is to be given to the Son as to the Father. Colossians 2:9 states, "For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily." Not some of the fullness, but all of it. And in John chapter 20, verse 28, after the resurrection, Thomas sees Jesus and declares, "My Lord and my God." Jesus did not correct this identification. These passages, when examined in their original language and context, present Jesus as fully divine. Christians believe this biblical testimony over the teachings of any organization. In our final video, we'll bring everything together. We've examined Christianity compared to Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, atheism, Mormonism, and now Jehovah's Witnesses. Next time, we'll discuss why Christians believe Jesus is the only way. We'll examine the law of non-contradiction. We'll present a final gospel invitation, and we'll challenge you to make an informed decision. This series finale will synthesize all that we've examined. Subscribe so you don't miss it.